Have you ever thought about the real power of touch? I mean, we're going way beyond just a simple massage for muscle knots and relaxation. Today we're asking, what happens when touch becomes a key to unlocking a much deeper connection with ourselves? Let's dive in.
And we're going to start with this really profound idea from bodyworker Amanda King. Healing possibilities through touch are infinite. Just let that sink in for a second. Infinite. That one word suggests that this simple act holds a potential for healing that, honestly, most of us have probably never even considered. So what does that look like in real life?
All right, Section 1, more than just a massage. Look, most of us know the drill. We book a massage because our shoulders are tight or we're stressed out. And hey, that's a fantastic starting point. But it really is just that, the start of a much deeper journey.
So, let's ask that question. What if touch could offer something more? What if, beyond just soothing those sore muscles, it could actually help us process emotions, access a state of calm that feels almost out of reach, or even change our relationship with time itself? Yeah, that's the territory we're getting into today. Okay, Section 2, the foundation of trust. Now, before any of that deeper work can happen, one thing is absolutely 100% essential, a profound sense of safety. Without it, the body it won't let go. It's the bedrock. Everything else is built right on top of it.
To really get this idea of trust, a bodywork modality called zero balancing uses this wonderful, kind of quirky metaphor, the donkey lean. Its founder, Dr. Fritz Smith, actually saw donkeys in Mexico literally leaning on each other. And it wasn't just for physical stability, it was for this sense of comfort and support.
And this, right here, perfectly illustrates the therapeutic relationship. See, it's not about one person coming in to fix another. Not at all. It's about creating a space where you feel supported enough to just lean in, to take a load off, and to let your own body find its way back to balance.
So that donkey lean support system, it's built on these core principles: mutual respect, the safety to just be yourself, undivided attention, patience, and compassion. It's an environment where you can show up exactly as you are, no judgment. I mean, think about it. How can anyone really let go of their burdens without these things? All right, Section 3. What is zero balancing? So I've mentioned it a couple of times now. Let's take a closer look at this specific modality, because it's a perfect example of this deeper approach to bodywork.
So here's how it's different from a traditional massage. Massage, as we know it, focuses on muscle and tissue, often with continuous touch. But zero balancing, or ZB, works on the deepest structure of the body, the skeleton. Now, why the skeleton? Well, the idea is that our bones hold the deepest, oldest patterns of tension, the very foundation of how we carry ourselves through the world. So ZB uses these held points of contact, they're called fulcrums, to engage not just that physical structure, but also the body's energy. The goal? A clarity that affects your body, your mind, and your spirit.
So what in the world is a fulcrum? It's really the core technique here. The practitioner applies this gentle pressure to create a clear point of balance, a still point. And in that stillness, something pretty remarkable happens. The body is given a chance to do its own work. It can reorganize, release, and find a new, healthier way of being.
I absolutely love this metaphor. The practitioner isn't forcing anything. They're creating a calm center, right, an eye of the hurricane, while all the chaos and tension in your system just naturally organizes and dissipates around that still point. It's this powerful, quiet invitation for your body to heal itself.
So, Section 4, a deeper kind of release. And when the body gets that invitation, the results can be, well, profound and often really unexpected. The release isn't always just physical tension. It can be much more than that. Sometimes what's held in our muscles and our bones isn't just physical, it's emotional. The source author talks about her own experience of going through an emotional storm after a session. A physical release can literally unlock stored feelings, allowing them to finally come to the surface and be processed. It's just such a powerful reminder of how deeply our bodies and minds are connected.
And the experiences can get even more profound. The author describes this state where the actual need to breathe just seems to vanish for a moment. Now, this isn't some scary, holding your breath feeling, no. It's a state of such deep stillness and integration that the body's most basic functions are temporarily suspended in a moment of just perfect balance.
And then there's our perception of time itself. Wild, right? The author notes that time, like anything, responds to our attention and intention. In these deep states, it's super common for people to report that time seems to warp or stretch, or just disappear entirely. That shows a major shift in consciousness, away from the ticking clock of daily life and into the body's own natural rhythm.
Section 5. Listening to your body. So this brings us to a final and honestly a crucial point. If this work is all about creating a space for the body to heal itself, then the ultimate guide isn't the practitioner. It's you. It's all about learning to listen to your own body.
In zero balancing, for instance, the session starts by asking a simple question. What is your goal? And that intention, whether it's to relieve pain or find some clarity, that becomes the North Star for the entire session. The power and the direction, they come from the person on the table.
And you know, this whole philosophy, it extends way beyond the session itself. There's no rigid plan. The client's own inner wisdom dictates the rhythm. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? It shows a deep trust that each one of us knows on some level what we need and when we need it. The practitioner's job is simply to honor that, not to override it.
And so, we're going to end by turning the question back to you. In a world that is constantly telling us to push through pain, ignore exhaustion, what happens when we finally stop and just listen to what our body needs? What wisdom, what release, and what infinite possibilities for healing might be waiting for us, right there in our own bodies?